Hey, this is TEPCO Cycle Repair, and today I'm working on a 2007 KTM 125 SX. And the problem with this bike is that it doesn't shift out of gear. Right now it's stuck in first gear and it won't shift out. So basically what I did so far is took the side cover off here, I took the clutch cover off, I took the clutch inner cover, which is right down here. You can see the power valve in it. Took the water pump off right here. Alright, took the clutch basket off. And this is what you're left with. The only other piece I took off is going to be the shift shaft that comes out of here. Alright, looks like this right here. Got your spring and everything on it. Now this piece right here, when it goes inside, it goes all the way through to your other side, so you have to take your shifter off. And this piece right here is a spacer that sits on this little tab right here, and it sits on that. And when you shift it, it moves it up and down, which moves this up and down. So let me show you what's going on with this. It's a real simple problem. So right here, I want you to look down inside there. There's a ratchet right here. This ratchet is spring loaded, this one right here. See if I can get it to spring for you right there. It's spring loaded. Alright, so that's spring loaded, and this part right here is the shift drum. Alright, so the problem that we're having is that when you go to shift this, when I'm pushing it down, it's all the way in first gear, so it's not going to go down anymore. When I try to upshift it, this tab right here is not spring loaded. See how it's kind of just dead in the water right there? So that's not pushing up. It should be pushing up right now from the spring, and it'll grab the shift drum and rotate the shift drum into neutral. Alright, so I'm going to take it apart real quick here. I'm going to show you. I already took the bolts off and just got one bolt holding it in. So let me take this off real quick. Show you what we got. 8mm bolt right here. And you have to take the inner clutch cover off because it blocks your shift shaft. You can't get that out if you leave that other inner clutch cover, that the one with the power valve in and off. Alright, so I'm going to take this off right here. This is simple. You take 1, 2, 3 8mm bolts right there, and you take it off. So when I pull this off right here, this it's all going to come out together. Alright, just hooks in there like that. And here's the one that's not working right. And you can see there's our bottom one that's working properly and the top one that's not. So all this is in here is a spring and a little button. Alright, spring and a little button right there. So this just goes inside like that. This tab goes on there, and that's the ratcheting device. So I have to fix this one. So I have to get that piece out of there, figure out why it's stuck, clean it up. So I'm going to grab it with a pair of pliers. It's good old trusty, rusty pair of pliers here. I'm going to grab it and see if I can get it to pull out of there. It's stuck in there pretty good for some reason. Alright. It's pretty stuck in there. There's a hole in the back side right there. I'm going to try to get a pin and try to push it out from there. See the hole in the back and see if I can just push it out. And then basically what I'm going to try to do is get it out, clean it up with some sandpaper, make sure it moves in there freely. I can still see the spring in there, so that's not going to be a problem. And when that springs back out again, then the ratcheting piece will work. It'll ratchet the drum. Now here's the drum I hit. It was stuck in first gear, and I've already rotated it into this first gear now, and then there's neutral. So, alright, there's, hang on, sorry, it's third, second, okay, and there's neutral. So we're shifting, everything is working fine. It's just these, if I got to buy this piece right here, I'm sure it's not that much money, probably cheap. I'm going to try to get it out and sand it up and then put it back together. But there's your shift problem. This should go for a lot of different, this is a 125, the 200 has the same shift mechanism in it. And a lot of the small CC 125, 200 is going to have the same setup in it. So we just bought this bike. We got a good deal on it because of this problem, and ended up being a pretty easy fix. You're always taking a gamble when you're buying a bike like that. But the reason I want to show you guys this is because if you have this problem, go ahead and try to fix it, and don't get rid of the bike because of it. All right, this is TEPCO Cycle Repair. I'll see you on the next video. Alright, so here's our little mechanism here. This is the one that was stuck. Just want to show you guys how I got it out. The little hole in the back. It's just enough room. I have a really small drill bit. I just pushed it in the back. Tapped it a couple times with the handle of the screwdriver. And it popped it out. Alright, so there it is right there. And there's our spring. So what I'm going to do is just make sure there's no burrs or anything on here. I'm going to flush this out really good in there. Make sure there's no debris. And then we're good to go again. I don't know why it got stuck in there, but I guess it doesn't take, the spring's not real big, so I guess it's not really a big, lot of tension on it. So, but that's it. Just wanted to show you guys how I got it out of there, so there's no mysteries. Okay. Good luck with that. See you next time.